Hi, I'm Shalane, this is Dean, and we are
GrassRoots Living.
And this is how we live our love. Hi friends, we are so glad that you're with us today. We're so glad to be back with you. It's been a while since we've had a chit chat like this, and we're happy to be back. First of all, we want to show off our hats. Look at that. GrassRoots Living. Oh, turn around and show them the back. Can you see it? It says, here I'm going to twist this. Live your love. It says live your love. So we got these in the mail, and at first we thought we had, see baby, you're so handsome. At first we thought we had stalkers, so we were super excited because we were like, oh, we got the big time. We got stalkers sending us nice presents. But we didn't know who it came from. But then we found out that our son and daughter-in-law, probably mostly our daughter-in-law, do you imagine? I don't know.
Probably. But you never know. Our
Maybe
son's a
both.
big fan.
Yeah, he's a fan. Anyway, when we got 1,000 subscribers, they got these hats and had them sent to us, and we didn't know that they had done it, so we didn't know who it was from. And anyway, that's who it's from. GrassRoots Living, super cute, and we felt so loved, and so we just want to publicly thank them because they are cute. Look how cute. So, I mean handsome.
I was going to say, this one's handsome, that's cute.
Okay. So, today we're doing a work camper review, a work camping job review. We do those every time we have a work camping job. We do a review for you guys. And this review will be about...
We were work campers this summer at...
Smithville Lake.
Yeah, Smithville Lake. It's a county park that actually, I guess, leases it from the Corps of Engineers. So.
Yeah, it's outside of Kansas City, what, like northeast-ish? Am I getting that right?
No, I'd say straight north.
Straight north.
Of Kansas City, Missouri.
Right. So we were there for a few weeks. We're going to share that with you and give you...
Some of us were there for I was there a long time.
He was there a lot longer than I was. If you guys remember a few weeks ago, or I guess maybe 3 or 4 months ago at this point, I had surgery. And so he started working probably 5-6 weeks before I did. I'm not sure how long, but...
It was a while.
Okay. And we're actually going to talk about that a little bit and how they reacted to that here in a little bit. So first of all, he had a job, I had a job. They were different. We did cross over a little bit, but basically he had kind of the job that he did and I had one that I did. So first, we're going to show you...
Let me mention one thing. All the other couples there, she was essentially doing what all the males were doing, and I was essentially doing what all the females were doing, because I was actually doing both without her, just all by myself. And then it was so much easier to learn the things on the outside than it is to learn that computer system.
The guy's job is easier to learn, and since I was a latecomer to the whole thing, I did more of the guy's job. The girls usually are sitting at the computer working with the guests, and the guys are usually outside. But we swapped.
But I have such a sparkling personality. I mean, how do you not put me with the guests?
Put him with the guest. So, yes, he's right. So I'm going to show you. He's so humble. He likes to tell everybody how humble he is because so they'll know his humility.
Exactly.
Good call on that. So the job that you're going to see here in a second was my job. And usually the men's job, but it doesn't matter. When they go to any job, if they go and say, okay, the girl does this and the guy does that, if you want to switch it, you just need to voice that because it's just a matter of, I don't know. People just think that the guys do the outside job and the girls do the inside job, but if you want to switch it, switch it. Okay, so this is about 3 minutes. While I was working there, putt-putting around, I did some on-site video. So you're going to see that and some footage of Smithville Lake. And then we're going to come back and visit about Dean's job and what we thought of the job. We'll be right back. Here's my job. Here we go. Now. So one of my jobs here at Smithville Lake is to do the rounds at all of the different parks and collect the money from the honor boxes. I actually kind of enjoy this part of the job because I get to go for beautiful drives.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once without thinking?
Another one of my jobs is to drive around the campground and just make sure everybody that needs to be gone is gone, and to pull their tags when they're gone, and to place new tags on their post so that they know where they're supposed to be going when they come in for their reservation. So I just putt around on a little golf cart and check out the campground and run a few errands.
On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
Yep, this is the best part of my day. So now I'm doing rounds in the car, just making sure that everybody that needs a tag has a tag, and checking all the sides. We've got some pretty little geese here at one of the sites. Looks like we've got somebody coming in up here.
When we were young, running from all things at
Matter of fact, when I left, I saw Dean checking these guys in. Here's another thing I love about my job. A couple times a day I have to come down to the office, and that means I get to come down to the lake, which I get to see the lake at different angles all the time, but I particularly love coming down to the dock.
Time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more.
All right, so you saw a little bit about what she did. Now, we didn't get any footage of me actually there with the computer, mostly because we are running names all the time. There's names all over the board, it's all over the walls in there. There's so many places where we just didn't want to take a chance.
Right,
But-
we didn't want to record, we didn't want to videotape the information that was in the office, and so we didn't get footage of that. But he's going to tell you what he did.
Yeah. So basically, first thing in the morning, I'd get in, I'd kick on the computer, I'd make sure that we got the money out of the safe and into the register, make sure it was counted so that everything was, perfect, and it always was. But we just, it's just the basic things you do when you run in a register. And then I would get on the computer and I would make a list of all the people that were checking out that day. And I would give it to Shalane, and then she would go out and just kind of check to make sure everything was fine.
I would just check and make sure that everybody that needed to be gone was gone. As you saw that a little bit in the video.
Right. So the person that's doing the office work is actually essentially in the behind the scenes, kind of just making sure you're pulling up the different pieces of information that would be helpful for the other worker when they're going out checking sites and things like that. And then of course the entire time you're checking in new people as they come in. Many people are coming over, they're wanting maybe wood for a breakfast fire, maybe they want ice because their ice is melted over the night. We're just doing things like that throughout the day. Now, Monday through Thursday, it's pretty slow. We spent a lot of time like rolling trash bags because we give everybody a trash bag. But Friday and Saturday, we never worked on Sunday, but Friday and Saturday it was hopping from the get-go. the computer program that I used, it was Rec something or other, and it was, of all the camp hosting positions we had, it was the most difficult to try to figure out. In fact, I remember the very first day they put me there by myself. She wasn't working with us yet, and they threw some kid, a great worker, but they called him away for a little bit, so I was there by myself. It was a Friday morning or a Saturday morning, I believe, and there was a line backed up forever because I was so slow at trying to figure out the system and how to work it. And then there was a couple of little things that came up that were really unusual. I couldn't get a hold of anyone in the office, which was unusual because I always did. I mean, it was like after an hour that I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Joe came back, and like I said, a great worker. And I mean, it was easy the rest of the day. I wouldn't say easy, but it was fast-paced, and I figured things out, and I could always had somebody that I could call at the office. It was good.
Yeah.
It really was.
And too, this is where I would come in. Like you said, I wasn't working yet. But normally when it gets crazy busy like that, you've got somebody working in. When he says the office, it's one of those situations where your office is kind of at a drive-up window. I'm sure you guys have seen that. You're familiar with that. The guest drives up to the window, and you get them checked in. Then if it got really busy on those Friday, Saturday nights, would go out and go up to the cars individually and see if I could help them before they got to Dean's window. And if I could take care of them, sell their ice or firewood or day pass, and send them on their way so they didn't even have to come to the window.
And if they ever needed a credit card, though, they had to come through the window.
Yeah.
Because obviously she didn't have a credit card machine out with her.
Right.
But at least she could take care of all the other people that were coming in. So
Yeah.
And there were actually 2 campgrounds there that we worked at. I would almost say probably 60-40. Camp Ranch is where we worked, and it was 60% of the time. Yeah. And it was a smaller of the 2 campgrounds, and it still had 361 sites. The other one had 400 and
huge.
I don't know, 20 or something like that. It was so on weekends in particular, it was keeping you busy.
Yeah, super busy. So that was Dean's job. You saw my job. That was Dean's job. Let's talk a little bit about what we liked and what we didn't like about the job, because I know that you guys that watch these Work Camper Review videos, you want to know, did we like it? Did we not? Would we work there? What was good? What was bad? So I'll just share some things I liked, and we can kind of, so one thing I wanted to mention really quick before I forget is, Dean and I experienced a phone interview that went really well. We went actually through a temp agency to get the job.
Yeah, because you're not hired by the county.
Right.
You're actually hired by a temp agency that the county uses to pick up the people.
Exactly. So then we had a phone interview, and that went well. They hired both of us, and
for I think it was like 25 to 32 hours a week, and I think they were pretty spot on. I think that we were always there.
But immediately found out that I had some medical problems that needed to be taken care of immediately. And was going to be out for several weeks. And we thought that maybe they would say, well, we need both or neither one. But they were super, super, super accommodating and flexible and very kind and supportive. Sorry, I bumped the table. So huge thumbs up and thank you to them. So that was very good. That's one thing that we liked about them, is that they were very accommodating and encouraging and kind.
Now, to be honest with you, the computer system they used was hard to get. You know, it was just hard to get down. And
even when you understand it, it's so slow. It's
like
just
somebody comes up for a credit card, and let's say they want to buy one bundle of wood. It's 13 clicks. You can't just hit one bundle of wood and it kicks out the register, or it's 13 different clicks saying, well, where they bought it from, and I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How long it takes. Once I got it down, and I kind of got a routine, and I could figure out a few shortcuts and things like that. But my coworkers there, Camp Ranch, were absolutely awesome.
At Camp Branch, yeah, our coworkers
They
at Camp
were
Branch.
absolutely wonderful. And they were always there to help. And they would give little insights, little things that they could think of that might help us. So, and same way with the other place, obviously we didn't deal with them as much. We're more like a little family at Camp Branch is what I would say. And so, but yeah, that part was absolutely nuts, trying to figure it out.
Okay.
But once I had it down, it was okay.
Yes. So what we liked were the people that we worked with. The job itself, I loved. My job, I loved. When I had to do, sometimes had to do Dean's job with his help. I love working with customers, and so I love that. I just didn't have a ton of experience on the computer. So.
And we were, at the time, we were planning to stay all the way through October.
Yeah.
So I was teaching her a little bit at a time until she could feel more comfortable. Yeah. And then I could leave the office, you know, and do other things, but make sure that she was comfortable before we just kind of set her out there. And
then some things came up, and we realized we had to leave early. And that was another thing I wanted to mention, is that when we did realize that we needed to leave early, we gave them plenty of notice, of course. And again, they were very kind, very accommodating. You know, let us know that they would take us back. They would bring us back. If we ever wanted to come back. And so just super friendly. And the park itself is beautiful. The lake is gorgeous. Yeah, so you can't beat that piece of it. We have to mention that.
Go out and do some fishing.
Yeah.
It comes with with the campsite. So we get that completely free, full hookup campsite.
Oh yes, he's right. Full hookup campsite and all hours paid.
All hours paid at $10 an hour. Between 25 and 32, we were probably between 29 and 31 most of the time.
And those of you, if you're kind of new at work camping, you're not sure what we're talking about, all hours paid, sometimes you'll work a job and they'll say, well, your first 8 hours a week or 20 hours a month, or it just depends. It's completely different. You work for your site. And then sometimes you get your site for free and you get paid for all hours worked. Oh. And those are the jobs we take.
Yeah, and just thought of something that I loved about this camp hosting job. You didn't have to clean any restrooms. No pit toilets,
No. That's a totally separate crew. As you can imagine, in such a massive campground, like you said, there's over 300 sites just in the one campground. You're not doing reservations and, you know, checking in people and cleaning bathrooms. That's a totally different crew.
Now, another thing I want to mention, so I don't scare you off on this. Remember I told you that first day was just horrible. When they put me by myself on the first day. Horrible. Yeah. But remember, we're talking about a COVID-19 year. And so the park didn't open until June 1st. And that first weekend was nuts. You can imagine all the people in the Kansas City metropolitan area all wanting to do something, get outdoors. We were booked solid. And so my first day was just one of the busiest weeks of the year.
And they just weren't fully staffed.
On a normal, and on a normal time frame, we would have been there April 1st. We would have
had time to learn the program.
Learn everything that we had to do. And then come Memorial Day, which is usually their big weekend of the year, you'd already have all that down. And, you know, you'd be in a routine. So I don't want you to think that they just threw me out there. I don't think they anticipated.
They weren't trying to be hateful.
No, I don't think they anticipated the crowds that we would have.
Yeah.
So,
what's our grade, and would we go back?
I'm giving it a straight A. I mean, I would go back. I loved it. You know, before we've always talked about our other really great experience was work camping up at 10,000 feet. But there I had pit toilets. This one I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, and I still got to enjoy my contact with the people. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
I was sad that we were leaving.
Yeah, that we left early. Yeah. The only thing that I didn't really love about it, well, I didn't love the computer program, completely outdated and terrible. But you get used to it, right? You learn anything. Yeah. And it is in northern Missouri. And if you are not familiar with northern Missouri, it is hot and humid, like hecka humid. So, you know, you got to be aware of that.
We're both from the area, so we're
from here, but it's still...
But boy, if you're coming from Utah
Arizona.
or northern Nevada and you came out here, you'd be shocked. Yeah.
So sweaty. I would give it an A minus. I'm taking off a few points for the computer program.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I didn't give it an A plus.
But we would absolutely go back.
Yeah.
We would, obviously from our grade, you can see that we would both go back. And so if you have an opportunity to apply there and want to work there, we would totally encourage you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly would.
We found this job on workcamperjobs.com. So if you're looking for it next year, that's what you're going to be looking for. Usually they start, like I said, around the first part of April in a non-COVID-19 year.
If you guys have any questions about this job or any of the other job reviews that we've done, please leave them in the comments below. We're famous for making these videos, getting them all ready, and then going, we should have told them X. We should have told them Y. We should have told them Z. So there's probably something we forgot. And please feel free to ask those questions. We're always, Dean especially gets back. He does the comments, and he's really good about getting back to you guys.
Yeah, sometimes it's 3 or 4 days later, but I'll get there. So.
He's slow but sure. Okay. I'm fascinated by my hat, you guys. I'm so excited about my hat. Do you see? I keep playing with my hat because I'm excited about it. Scarlett, our daughter-in-law, she's so cute and fabulous. Now, we're going to tell you really quick what you're going to see next week and in the upcoming weeks so you're not like super shocked.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday,
I'm
when
excited.
Dean flies solo.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Every once in a great while, you have seen, well, this will be the second time that you have flown solo,
Uh-huh.
right? I will not be on next week's video, but don't worry. Don't say, Shalane, don't leave us. I wouldn't leave you. I love you. So next week, he's got kind of a fun little thing that he's going to be introducing, and he'll be doing it on a fairly regular-ish basis.
Mm-hmm.
That won't be on Tuesdays.
But we're not going to say much more because
Not
we
going
want
to
you to
say
tune in.
more. You will see us still on Tuesday nights. It's only this upcoming Tuesday for his intro video that he's going to be
That's what we'll say. New feature.
flying solo. Okay, so I'll miss you guys, but I'll still be doing this on Tuesday night with you. Okay.
Sounds good.
Work reviews we do. If you're new here and just came by for the work review video, keep in mind that this is what we do. We do a lot of destination videos. We do some how-to videos. One of our biggest videos lately has been, but where do I pee? Yeah, it's true. So we do
And
some
living in-
how-tos. We
yeah.
do living in our truck camper. Because of COVID stranded us for a minute, so I thought, well, I might as well teach. So I'm teaching school right now. So we've moved back into our tiny house, which is smaller than most people's weekend camper. It's only 20 foot by 8 foot. If you want to see what that actually looks like, we're sitting in it right now. If you want to see what it looks like, go watch for that video. Oh, here, I'll link it. Is it over here?
Could be.
I'll link it, the tiny house tour. And
Right there.
also, if you're new to this channel, you'll realize that I tend to ramble, and I apologize for that. So, back on track, on topic. Oh, I
Okay.
just wanted to tell new people what we do in case they're new here.
Okay.
Work camper reviews, how-tos, and mostly destination videos.
And also campground reviews too.
Campground reviews.
Now, we do ask that you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. It's going to be important.
All
for you.
notifications. You got to click on all notifications.
That's right.
So you always know when we come out.
Thumbs up? Yeah, let's give us a thumbs up. Anything that will help support this so that we can support the community, because the community sure supports us. And we
We love our peeps.
love it.
That's you. Okay. Anything else, my love?
That's it.
Thank you again, Scarlett, for our GrassRoots Living t-shirts that are, or hats that are super cute. Thank you guys for watching and just being amazing and wonderful people that you are. Until next Tuesday, and for me, for 2 weeks from now, This is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
We're thinking of you, and we'll catch you next week. Or I will.
Catch you next week. Peace out.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice? The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am